it's time to say a very good afternoon to Scott Cameron, the writer, director and cast member, I believe, of Black Spring.
Hi Ian, it's a pleasure. Nice to meet you.
Lovely to have you in the studio this afternoon. And also Anthony as well. Anthony's with us. You're in the cast, aren't you?
That's right, yes.
Yeah.
I'm one of the cast members.
So, do you want to tell us a little bit about Black Spring, obviously without ruining it too much, because obviously you don't want to keep the anticipation there.
So Black Spring is a play, a play that I wrote. It is a drama with some horror elements in there as well, that we're putting on for the Greater Manchester Fringe Festival. So it's about a preacher's son who is having a crisis of faith after meeting with an estranged family member who says they've had an experience overseas researching the occult, and it all goes a bit awry. And this family member returns and upsets the status quo a little bit, and it all gets a little bit dramatic and ideally a little bit shocking or unsettling by the end. It's like I say, just very straightforward kind of play. It's just all dialogue, 4 actors on stage, seeing what they do with the space. A nice slow burn, as it were, as you would call it. Like I say, leading up to a finale that hopefully people will find a bit creepy.
Well, that's good, isn't it? You've got to have a bit of nice twists and things, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah. So you've got a big part, haven't you, being writer, director and cast member. How do you find the time to do all the...
That's a good question, Ian. Well, do you know what? The idea for putting the play on was because, as an actor wanting to get into the industry, and I know Anthony is the same, anyone who is an actor will know that it is quite difficult to, find roles. You audition for everything and it's hard to get into things. So I just thought, well, what if I write the role? Write the story that I can act in and that my friends like Anthony can act in. So writing it took me like a year to write it, multiple different drafts. Just seeing where the story comes from. I always had like an ending in mind, but how do you get it to that point? How do you make it entertaining for an audience? Because there's you can have musicals and comedy and stuff like that, but if it's just straight drama, through dialogue, how can you really bring people in? So that was the challenge. And then when it came to producing it, I was speaking to one of the other actors. I should say it's myself, Anthony, and 2 other great actors called Hector Macduff and Ailey Pollard. I was talking with Ailey and she was like, well, who's going to direct it? You're going to get someone to direct it? You're going to bring someone in? And I thought, no, I'm too precious of the material.
You don't want to change the source of where it's come from.
There's a lot of people who I trust who I could bring in to do that. And to be honest, Anthony, he won't like me saying, has been quite instrumental in getting it off the ground, to be honest. We run quite a collaborative set, and I encourage the other actors to, jump in with ideas and things.
Yeah. I think me and Scott, since we sort of became friends and found that we were both creatives, we've always had conversations about how frustrating it can be to try and be creative and be an actor, especially in Manchester. It's not London. Plenty of opportunities, but not nearly as many. And we've had multiple conversations where we just said, let's just do it. Like, you can't find the work, make the work. And it is a lot to bite off, like you said. We're working full time and you've got other things going on outside, trying to socialise and, be healthy. And it's just hard.
Yeah.
Work and being healthy are the two things that we should probably focus on.
Yes. But it's been a fun and very collaborative experience, like Scott said. The whole team, like me, Scott, Ailey and Hector, we've all been working really hard to make something that we're proud of, I think. And Scott's done amazing to come up with such an interesting and dynamic play. Like, there's so many different elements to the play. I think it's going to be a good watch.
Yeah. Do you play? Is there just 4 characters, or do you play a multitude?
Just 4. It's very much just like a real-time one location. It's set in in I don't know what you call it, the front room of a Victorian townhouse, and yeah, just real time. One character comes in, talks to the other, and then the other person comes in. The conversations kind of evolve, and it's, you know, ends up being the most stressful hour of these characters' lives. I'll say by the end of it.
It's a little roller coaster of emotions.
Exactly.